Welcome to Weekenders, the show showing you exactly what can happen in just one weekend. After some strategic planning and perhaps a little bit of screwing around, we've decided today we're going to be going to Sandstone, Minnesota to check out the Big Spring Falls. Now, with that said, we are keeping one eye on the sky because we are expecting some nasty rain and potentially a little bit of hail coming through as well. So that could be all right because I brought my rain suit.
I didn't.
You're in trouble. You're going to be getting wet, I promise that. But anyway, it's going to be about a 50-mile trip here. Let's go ahead and hit the road and hopefully stay dry for the trip.
Let's face it, riding interstate takes all the fun out of riding a motorcycle. So we decided to snake up Highway 61 into Sandstone, eventually arriving at Banning State Park.
Well, for this trip, we decided to take our own machines. I'm riding a 2003 V-Rod with a Road Glide conversion and hard saddlebags. Drysen will be riding a 2004 V-Rod. Of course, he decided to take the cool route with absolutely no storage capabilities at all. Of course, that means he had to mooch off my saddlebags. Although it doesn't matter what you ride, as long as you get out and ride.
After perhaps a mile or two into our trip, it was pretty obvious that we were going to get soaked. And with a lack of rain gear, and with bald tires that have less water dispersion properties on a drag slick, we decided it would be a good idea to hole up, grab some lunch, to relax before heading out. But before our club sandwiches even arrived, the rain came down. So we waited. And we waited. And waited. Pretty soon we were finding some pretty good-sized puddles, but eventually the rain did slow down and we decided it might be the best time to stop by Denniskirk for some good rain gear. You know, just in case.
After waiting for what seemed like forever for that rain to pass, we decided this might not be the best road trip to take without having some proper rain gear. So we're stopping by Denniskirk. Now, why Denniskirk? These guys have 150,000 items on hand in their 300,000 square foot warehouse. Plus, they're open on Sunday and have the lowest prices possible. So we're definitely stopping and getting our rain gear right here at Denniskirk.
After picking out the perfect rain gear, we did exactly what every genius biker does. We threw it in our saddlebags because it's not raining anymore. Okay, so perhaps we're not the smartest tools in the shed, but at last it was time for us to hit the open road. We headed north on Highway 61 towards Pine City. With the rain gone and the weather being a comfortable 75 degrees outside, it was shaping up to be a pretty good trip. However, we didn't make it 10 miles before we hit a roadblock. Literally. I am not sure if my first clue to the hell we were about to stumble into should have been the sign or the look that I knew Rob was sending my way. Regardless, we pressed forward. Admittedly, probably not the smartest idea I have ever done. Again, this probably should have been my second warning saying this was a bad idea. At this point, I was wishing I would have brought an ATV rather than a motorcycle. I admit, I was a little annoyed knowing that I had just finished detailing the bike the day before. But we pressed on just a little farther and came out okay on the other side. However, we decided this would be a pretty good time for us to stop and fill up the gas tanks. After dropping a whopping $9.67 on fuel, and a little complaining about the mud, we hit the road again. With the rain gone, a tank full of gas, and more importantly, actual road to drive on, it was shaping up to be a rather enjoyable ride. Between the beautiful scenery and the simple route we chose to follow, we found ourselves in Sandstone, Minnesota before we knew it. However, finding the park, on the other hand, is a little different story. After a little smartphone GPS guidance, we found ourselves pulling into Banning State Park, and the beauty instantly took our breaths away. We pulled into the park and met with the park manager Randy to purchase our park passes. Now granted, we decided that since we're probably going to be taking a lot of these trips, we picked up a $20 pass for the year. If we just wanted to go for the day, it was simply going to cost us $5. After purchasing our passes, did we realize that if we really wanted to see the falls, we would have to hike about 3 miles. We were both more than up to the challenge until we realized we forgot the bug spray. Brushing it off, we figured we'd tough it out, head to the rapids, hike to the falls, and have a good trip. After bringing the bikes down a little bit farther, did we realize that again, we were going to have to brave some off-road conditions. At least this time there wasn't puddles standing around everywhere. After parking our bikes, we experienced something that I'm going to have nightmares about for years to come. Before even shutting off our machines, we were swarmed by black clouds of blood-sucking fiends. I have never seen mosquitoes so thick in my life. Instantly, we decided that there was no way we were going to hike the full way to the falls. Even more, we were really hurting and regretting not bringing the bug spray. So as quickly as we possibly could, we grabbed the cameras and headed toward the sound of rushing water to check out the rapids. After setting up the camera and tripod, I found I couldn't focus on setting up the microphone due to being attacked by these vicious bugs. Apparently, mosquitoes prefer the taste of gingerbread over Rob's. Go figure. Now, while Rob was laughing at me, I did find a working solution to keep them from biting me. Ah! Finally, we were able to record.
Well, we definitely made it here. We were at Banning State Park, got ourselves checked in, and right now we are standing in front of some very dangerous rapids. Seriously, what the sign says. Now, if you are coming down here, I highly recommend making sure you pick up some industrial strength mosquito spray. What day like today, they're kind of out and they're kind of vicious. So, but let's go ahead and check out the park, see what there's to see. Ah!
Now I have to admit, even with the bugs going crazy, the beauty of Banning State Park is undeniable. Between the dense vegetation, astounding rock formations, the historical rock quarry, and of course the rapids, made this trip well worth it and well worth the bugs biting us. I do regret not making it all the way to the falls. Now granted, we only saw a very, very small portion of the park. Banning State Park does offer camping, miles of hiking trails, rock formations, cross-country skiing, in the wintertime of course, a historical sandstone quarry, canoeing, kayaking, waterfalls, and of course, the majestic Kettle River.
Agreed.
Nothing like a Minnesota state park.
Unless you're talking about Custer State Park.
Shut up.
It was about this time that I realized if we were going to stay any longer, I would have to spend more money on anti-itching cream than I would gasoline for the day. So we decided to pack up and head on out. And of course, we had to pull over and enjoy the moment to realize we were no longer being eaten alive.
To recap our weekend expenses, We each spent about $10 on lunch, $10 in fuel, and $20 for our yearly passes, for a grand total of $40.
Rain, closed roads, mosquitoes. for what? Less than $50. We came up here, checked out Banning State Park. Beautiful, loved it.
Yeah.
It's just a great way to spend a Sunday.
Great time.
Perfect time. So there you have it, Banning State Park, and of course we could never show you guys as much beauty as this place actually has. You actually have to come out and check it out for yourself, and please bring bug spray. Oh, bug spray, bug spray, bug spray. But again, thanks for joining us on the Weekend Road Trip. We'll see you next time.
The Weekenders Road Trip would not be possible without love from our sponsors. So thank you to Dennis Kirk, your Powersport accessory headquarters, where you can buy it online today and have it to your front door tomorrow.